My name is Phoebe, and I attended Bross Bennett for the Law and Practice programme for 2023 to 2024. So, what did I enjoy most about my placement year? I think one of the best things about the placement, and something that I've really enjoyed, is getting to witness the entire life cycle of the cases. So, from my previous work experience, the placements would only be just a few days or a week long maximum. So, I think that doesn't really allow for much depth. So, to have the opportunity to see how a case can develop right from the start to the very final hearing at the end, that's a really rare learning experience. Another enjoyable aspect to the placement as well is the level of client interaction that you get to experience. So I went to two cases on the same case within children proceedings at West London Family Court. So I was able to build a really good relationship with the client, which was really nice. And often barristers will stay on the same case as well as that case progresses. So you'll also get to build a really good relationship with the barristers too and network with them. So, what were the main skills that I developed during the placement? I would say the top three skills that I've developed would be emotional intelligence, time management, and legal research. So, firstly, I think emotional intelligence is quite specific to family law, where we're helping clients often through what could be one of the toughest experience in their life, getting divorced. So, I think I've definitely learned and witnessed from the other fee earners just how important it is to be supportive and patient with the different emotions of the client. So, whether they're experiencing anger or frustration or sadness, it's just really important to be able to support them through it. So, secondly, time management is another big skill that's really crucial to the paralegal role. So, over the course of the placement, I've definitely learned how to manage my time effectively. And I think having really clear to-do lists, and that really helps to gain an understanding of what your capacity is like for the day or for the week. And then you're able to clearly communicate that to the fee earner, and stay on top of any deadlines that you have. And then finally, I think I've really strengthened my legal research skills. So often as a paralegal, we could be tasked with researching the procedure on an application or trying to find a precedent for something, or we might even be tasked with researching the law in another jurisdiction. As Bross Bennett particularly have a lot of clients with international backgrounds. And I think legal research skills is something that I'll definitely be taking into my fourth and final year at Queen Mary. So, reflecting now, what have I learned overall about legal practice from the placement? I think a big thing I've learned is how a law firm operates as a business. And that question is something that comes up a lot in legal interviews as well. So, to have witnessed all of the different roles within a law firm firsthand is definitely a very valuable experience. When I first started the placement, I had no idea how fee earners would bill their time. So, to gain an understanding of that and to be doing it firsthand myself is definitely a great learning experience as well. I think another big learning point is that I've gained a really good understanding of the legal proceedings and the legal process. So, I would say this is an element that you don't really learn in university. I think in the family law module, you definitely learn about different applications and the different orders that the court can grant. But to witness a case right from the initial client meeting, and then maybe that process to the first directions appointment, and then again what happens between then and the final hearing, I think that's definitely something you don't learn. So it's only really by going to a firm that you fully understand it. So I'm really grateful for that opportunity. And finally, how did the placement help me to consider my career path? So, I think specifically in family law, the placement really highlighted to me how emotional that type of law is and how emotionally invested the fee earners can be in their cases. So, I think it somewhat prepared me that whilst there's a lot of potential for success, I think family law is a bit of a roller coaster. So, I could potentially be coming away with some sadness. Say, for example, if we weren't successful and my client is no longer able to see their children, I think that could be quite a tough element to the job. I think as well as that, in family law, there's often cases of abuse. So I think the placements highlighted to me that I somewhat need to train myself not to be prejudiced on my views and assumptions of the client's personality and their previous actions, and that it's important for me to kind of fight for someone that I don't like as much as opposed to a client that I really do. But in saying that though, I think the placements definitely confirmed to me that I really enjoy the private client side of the legal industry as opposed to the more corporate side. And I think a lot of solicitors, their day-to-day role is kind of speaking to clients on the phone and having a high level of client interaction with meetings. So I think it's confirmed that I really enjoy that humanist aspect to family law. And so it's been a very positive experience.